Hello and good evening everybody. Welcome to vrroom.org. We are at the Cappuccino Trophy League for round 6. We had a stonking round 5, which was my last video, which I'm sure you've all watched. If not, do catch up on my YouTube channel. Really good result there from Ghost Yellow. He walked away with the lead, closely followed by JK and DM on pole. Now, capering, fantastically twisty circuit through the mountains. Always having a good race here, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one will kick off. Qualification positions here. The 5 main protagonists really at the moment, I think, in the league tables are DM, the Ghostworks cars, the Team Rosso cars, and JK and the SVRT. The Privateers that's doing the best at the moment, I believe, is Raced. So Raced is doing a real good job, closely followed up by Badger and Stuntman. So it should be a really good race, this one. I can't wait to get it going. Qualification for this one is a superb pole position by Team Rosso, JB Player 1, up there on pole, closely followed by a second and third lockout with the Ghostworks cars. They've split the the last remaining Team Rosso racing car, which is DM, who's managed to qualify in 4th here. Genobi has always had some stonkingly good speed round here, and he's proved that once again, slotting it above the works teams into 5th place. JK and the SVRT in 6th, Badger in 7th, Slim in 8th, the last of the SVRT cars. Excuse me, Race 42 in 9th, and Stuntman K27 back in 10th. So this should be a real good one. Enjoy, guys. I'm going to try my best with it. It's 12 laps here at the capering. We're on board. Look at the heat haze coming up there off the tarmac. As soon as the lights change, the guys will go. Plenty of wheel spin as they get off the line. Everyone's got a good start, particularly DM. DM's got a real good start. I think maybe Ghost Bash or Ghost Yellow. It's Ghost Bash has had quite a slow start. So we go down into the first corner now. JB staying in the lead. Ghost Bash closing off DM very nicely. DM was trying to plant one down the inside. Ghost Bash has learned his lessons from previous races there by really shutting the door, and I mean really shutting it. Because of course, if you leave Mr. Higgins or DM, sorry, if you leave DM sort of an inch, he will take a mile. You've really got to close him off if you're going to stop him getting past. So he's done a real good job there, and DM is up into 3rd position now. As we come up round this section, this is the Fence of Champions, so called because of the fact that all our kind of main players, in fact anyone who's played this game, has always ended up in that fence at some stage. The reference, of course, is from the Canadian Grand Prix, which these races were delayed for. Of course, at the Canadian Grand Prix at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve there, in Montreal, there is a Wall of Champions, quite famous in the F1. So that's our Fence of Champions, ladies and gentlemen. It just has a tendency for people to go too fast into it, and for them to hit the rumble strip on the right, and then it kicks them off to the left and smashes them into the barrier. Many a race has ended in disaster there, including a couple of seasons ago when JK went into it. Now, oh my god, it looks like all the cars are going into the pits. Oh, we've had a massive accident behind. Massive accident behind. What happened there? I have no idea what happened there. I'm just going to go. It was Raced involved in something. So all the cars went very wide. I'm just going to rewind it again. Let's watch the opening lap on board with Raced. We'll stay on his roof cam. So here's a replay of the start then. As you can see, up ahead you can see DM trying for the inside on Ghost Bash, and you'll see Ghost Bash very cleverly closing the door right there in the distance. So DM going for it, and Ghost Bash just shutting him right off. So very well played there, Mr. Bash. Very good indeed. So coming down the tight twisty section, the kind of middle section of the circuit, Race doing a solid job. We're currently in 8th place with Race. It looked to me like far too many cars went over into the pit lane, and it looks potentially like one of them has hit the pit lane wall. Now it might have been Raced, I don't know, but it's worth watching for definite. I would imagine the race masters have called a yellow flag for that. So there's the Wall of Champions, or the Fence of Champions, sorry, should I say. So past the Fence of Champions, Raced, planting one down the inside. Very good, clean potential overtake here on Slim. Will Slim make it stick? Slim has. But that was very good, clean racing by both Slim and Raced. So very well played. Meanwhile, look at the speed, Genobi, and up in the distance we've got 4 cars, 2x2, as we go around this section. You can't really go 2x2 round here, and they seem to have sorted themselves out. Now, let's just see what happens. So we're on board with Raced. Let's have a look. A lot of the cars went very wide. Raced is wide, but he's trying to cut back. and they're out off the race circuit, coming to the wall, and oh no, I think it was an incident with Ginobili in front that Court raced out. Now that could have been a loss of control there, or it could have been a little bit of a lag, but in any case that's not good for all players concerned there now. Very sneaky. Mr. Ray's just very wisely backing it up and going straight into the pits. I suppose there's no danger there, to be fair, is there really? And so I wonder what could have caused that. Yeah, in fact all the guys have done the same thing, and fair play to them, to be honest, because the rest of the cars have gone round. Are we under yellows at the moment? Yes, we are under yellows. The race marshals will call yellow flags. You can see how slow the guys are going there. So we'll just watch the pit work getting done by Ginobili, Slim and Race. Now these guys of course will be able to join under yellows at the back of the pack, which to be fair is where they were anyway. The marshals always do that, or tend to do that at vrroom.org, so everyone gets a good clean fair race. So I'm not sure whether it was a loss of control there on Ginobili's part, or whether it was a little bit of a lag. But in any case, onwards to the race. So JB is the pace car at the moment. You'll see all the players weaving side to side to keep the tyre pressures up, keep the rubber sticky, to give themselves plenty of grip when the restarts comes, because when you're on a restart there's nothing worse than starting with tyres that aren't quite up to temperature or are a little bit cold, because all that will do is offer you no grip on the first 2 or 3 corners. You'll run wide and then you'll get absolutely smacked by all the cars behind. And you'll end up just flying down the field. So as you can see, all the guys doing it very cleverly. Now JB's got a difficult job of course, because JB's the pace car at the moment, so he's got to control the speed of the field, got to keep him reasonably bunched up whilst keeping his tyres warm. He can only get the release when he's allowed to. Now the other cars haven't caught up yet, so I'll skip a lap. We're going to have another lap of yellows, and you can see weaving and weaving and weaving. The other guys still haven't caught up, so we'll skip one more lap and we're off. We've had the restart now, so we go again on lap 4 of 12 at Capering South. DM darting to the outside on his teammate. So we've got Team Rosso, followed by Team Rosso, followed by Ghostworks, followed by SVRT, followed by Ghostworks. And oh my goodness, it's 3 abreast now as they go around the midsection towards the Fence of Champions. That's just after the downhill section here. Ghost Bash has snuck himself into the lead. DM and JB behaving themselves, giving themselves plenty of room. Let's see if we get around the Fence of Champions here at Capering. They're all gone single file. Quite deceptive this one, you have to brake much earlier than you think, and then you can boot it out of the corner. If you're too aggressive into there, you will end up in that fence. So going round the back hairpin now on lap 4 of 12. The order is Ghost Bash, JB, DM. JB just losing the back there. Now that's going to put DM on the advantage on the inside of the circuit. I wonder if we'll see DM go to the inside there. Will he be alongside his teammate? He is alongside his teammate. Now crucially DM has got the inside line. It's shorter, but no, he's decided to back out of it. He's tucked in behind. Now, I love this last braking point. You've got to be very, very careful. Does everybody make it in one piece? Everybody does. The 2 teammates treating each other with the utmost of respect there. It's so easy to collect someone there by accident. So easy. Let's just have a look down the back of the field. So we'll go to Ghost Yellow, the last of the Ghostworks cars. Not really under any pressure. He's got a stuntman behind him. That's the view from the front of his car. So we're on board now with Ghost Yellow in mid-pack, so you can watch the racing up front there. Ghost Bash getting away with it, JB and DM, followed by JK. JK is always extremely racy, guys, as you know through watching this is the 4th season now I've been commentating on. We all know how good and how fast JK is, so you can never discount him from the win, but to be honest, any of the top 5 or 6 guys here can take the win. So JK putting DM under a hell of a lot of pressure. DM going defensive towards the Fence of Champions, and you can see there how early you have to brake just to make this corner. Very, very difficult corner to make that one. Now on the back there we've got Badger, who seemingly is under a little bit of pressure, so we're on the back of Badger's car now, going round the second hairpin. A little bit of tussling in the background from Slim and Race. It's 3 abreast by the looks of it. Badger pulling out a reasonable lead there. On board with Stuntman. We'll go on board with Race actually, because this is really close stuff here. So Race in 8th, 9th Slim, Ginobili, as well, yeah, because these guys were involved in the accident, weren't they? Now, will we see someone plant it down the inside or the outside? It's a very heavy braking zone. Ginobbili's going wide there. He might try for the cutback to get that little bit of power down earlier. so that he can out-drag Slim down the straight, and it looks like it might be working in his favour. They're all tucked to the inside of the circuit here, just to get a little bit of slipstream. And will we see Ginobili nick away 9th place off Slim on the inside or the outside? It doesn't look like that's going to happen, to be honest, guys. No. So, well played. Everyone concerned. It's a very clean race at the moment. Well done, well played. So, now, into the lead, we've got Ghost Bash still, followed by JB, followed by DM. JK is still putting DM under a hell of a lot of pressure, as you can see there. And even further back than that, we've got Ghost Yellow about to have a dive past the fence of champions. Everyone makes it really cleanly. JK slightly wide on it though. That was so close to doing what he did last time. Last season, of course, I'm referring to. It completely ruined his race there, but he's had a bit of a nudge as he was turning in there, which has forced him wide. So that was Ghost Yellow tapping the inside of JK. Now somebody's left the room. I'm not quite sure why. I'm trying to figure out which player it is. Now that was Ghost Yellow. Something must have happened to Ghost Yellow's car then, internet-wise, I would have thought. Now JK's not going to be too annoyed about that, because that's still got him in 4th position. I'll just click back to the leaders. That's still got JK in 4th position, so he's not going to be too bothered about that. But that's gutting news for Ghost Yellow. Teamworks again suffering some kind of an internet connection issue there. It could be something to do with the fact that it's coming from South Africa rather than Europe, because the other guys are all UK, they're Scottish and British. So it could be something to do with just basically the distance that the internet's got to travel there. But terrible news for Ghostworks. But on the plus side, Ghost Bash is doing a very, very fine job for himself. Again, as we approach the wall, the fence of champions. Oh, we've got, my goodness me, we've got JK planting it. Sorry, not JK, I've got mistaken. We've got JB planting it down the inside out the fence of champions, doing an absolutely humdinger of a job. How the hell did he hold that? That was absolutely superb driving. You know, JB really is on form this season. It's really, and he's very hard to beat, but having a stab back immediately, again, we've got Ghost Bash, having a stab back immediately. Now he'll be getting sucked in here, and we may well see him planting one down the outside or the inside, because you can do it both ways into this final corner. So through the high-speed right-left section, can take a little bit of curve there. Does anyone outbrake the other one here? We're on lap 7 of 12. Now, interestingly enough, Ghost Bash is racing with damage, I have just noticed. He's got front and rear damage, so that's kind of equaling it up, really. You can see his tyres are quite slightly squiff there on his car, slightly squiff. So those two are going hammer and tongs. Hammer and tongs at it. Let's just clip to the mid-pack to see how close it is there, because it looks very close, to be fair. And that's going to be with JK, I think, is the leader in that pack. So here's JK, we'll go on board with the back of JK's car just to see how close it is. And it is very close, so we've got JK 4th, 5th Stuntman, doing very well for himself there. Raced again, being very racy in the mid-pack in 6th, Badger in 7th, Ginobili in 8th and 9th in Slim. So all these boys are going to score points, but we don't know which ones at the moment. It's looking very close though. We're going to see Stuntman maybe take a dive. Glad he didn't, because it's not a good place to take a dive. Oh, and just what we said would happen, might happen, has happened. JK into the fence of champions. Oh, that's terrible news. Absolutely awful news for SVRT, and that has wrecked his car. And it looks like he's just decided to park that up there. Now, I think it was an unforced error from JK. I'm just going to go on board with JK. I think it was an unforced error, to be honest with you. I'm going to go just behind his car just to have a look here. Sorry about the camera angle, guys. I'm getting too excited with this. So JK is clear, and he didn't. We've already seen the back. He didn't get a clip at all, I don't think, from Stuntman. We'll see him if he does from this angle here. So we'll see Stuntman touch the back if he does. Let's have a listen and let's have a watch. What happened? Yeah, it was JK. Yeah, he turned in quite sharply there. Terrible news that. So sorry for the guy, I really am. Terrible news that. He turned in really early, or well, not really early, a little bit earlier than maybe he anticipated. And what I said with that corner is that that curb on the left is so high, it will give you that little bit more steering, or it will spit you out, and that's exactly what it did. So the fence of champions again being the bane in the side of JK. Absolutely terrible news, but no yellow flags for that. That was a solo incident, and it didn't really cause any other problems with anybody else. So we have JB out in the lead, Ghost Bash followed by DM. DM is still quite a while behind. The closest now is Raced. Look at Raced, he's having an absolute ding-dong of a season. He's under a lot of pressure from Stuntman, but Raced yet again is up into 4th position, just off the podium. Badger going defensive there from Genobi in the background. It's hammer and tongs, Race holding his line very, very well. Stuntman trying to go around the outside. Badger on the inside. Just behind, holding 6th position from Genobi. My word, this is close. I'm going to go on the back of Raced's car just to catch a bit of this superb action. We are now on lap 9 off 12. I've not skipped any laps here, guys. I don't think I'll need to be honest with you. We're only on 15 minutes, so I'll leave it as it is. And this action is far too good to miss, to be honest with you. Oh, did you see that sneaky little move from Genobi there, just showing his nose to Badger? Badger very wise, though. Very wily old fox. There's JK's crippled car at the side. He's just obviously watching the race now. Badger is up now into 6th place, just behind Stuntman. So we're going to see some slipstreaming down the kind of back curve, as I call it, towards the final hairpin. A very good circuit, Capering. I can't compliment it enough. And to be fair, before I raced, I've never really raced here until I came to vrroom.org, and of course they use it on this current tour that they're doing. And oh, down the inside, Stuntman, but Raced is holding it yet again. All the guys managing to stay perfectly on track in single file. This is ultra close at Capering. So what I was saying basically is Capering is a superb circuit. I liked it the first time I went round it, and when you get used to it, it's just such a good place to have a race on. Now we're seeing a slipstream effect from both Genobi in the background and Stuntman. Nobody going defensive there, but side by side in the background we've got Slim and Genobi. Now JK will still pick points up here for finishing 9th, I think, because you can see on the reading there that's what's happening. So this is very, very, very close. What I am going to do is just go to the live timing sheet just to see who has got fastest lap. You can work it out at the same time I do. So at the moment the fastest player on circuit is JB Player 1, 125.861, closely followed by Ghost Bash 126. So some tremendous times being posted. Now we've just had a 126.876 posted there by Race 42, so clearly Race 42 is under a lot of pressure. He's not giving up, but he's really going for it in terms of trying to get some good solid points. And that's really what you need when you're racing in these particular formula of cars, or in any car to be honest, is you need consistency. You need to be getting good heavy points every race. Oh, look at Badger diving down the inside there. Just got the inside off Slim. Beautifully done, beautifully done. I'm not sure whether it was because it was monologue. I'm not sure whether it was defending his position or what there, but look at them all trying to slipstream each other. Absolutely superb. Well played, guys. And don't they look fantastic flying down the main pit straight there. Now we're just going to clip on board with the leaders because these two again are absolutely hammer and tongs. This is for 1st and 2nd position, ladies and gentlemen. At Capering South at round 6 of the Cappuccino Trophy League at vrroom.org. Please get down, guys. If you're watching this for the first time, subscribe to the YouTube channel, but also get yourselves to vrroom.org. All you need is a PlayStation and Gran Turismo 5 to join in this fantastic, fantastic racing with some of the best players that the country or the world has to offer. So get in there and give it a go. Now off there slightly was Bash, but he's managed to hold it, getting dragged in again by the slipstream. Now supporting damage again is JB. Now what I'm favouring here, to be honest with you, DM is holding them honest here. You can see him just at the back of the picture. DM is 1.3 seconds behind them in terms of distance, so he's only 1.3 seconds adrift, and he's been 1.3 seconds for the past 4 or 5 laps now. So basically he's in quite a good position, because if these two collect each other or have some kind of an incident, then DM is going to be straight through, so DM could be on for the win here. Let's just see how that one pans out, ladies and gentlemen. Now, back with the other main action, we've got Raced again, still holding a very, very solid 4th position, Stuntman, Badger and Slim. So I think Stuntman has got Badger back. I may be wrong on that one, but it's ultra close in the mid-pack. This is the last battle, so we've basically got 3 breaking away at the front. DM 1.3 seconds adrift. The only car by himself at the moment is DM, but he's very close to the leaders. My God, this is good stuff. This is so close. This is so close. We're on the last lap now. I'm sorry for this, but I'm going to have to clip to the leaders because they are very close. And DM, like I said, DM has caught them. DM, is that DM in the lead? No, it's not. It is still JB Player 1 followed by Ghost Bash as they go down the final section of the circuit. We've got to stick with this one. This is for the top 3 podium positions at round 6 here. Now this is always crucial. This is always crucial. Every point counts in the championship, and the players will be trying to get as many as they can. Now, who's going to outbrake? It could be all about the last corner, this one. Who's going to cross the start-finish line first? Who's going to outbrake themselves? Will anyone drift wide? We've got Bash trying to go for the cutback. DM right up the backside of Bash. It's going to be possibly 3 abreast. Up the straight, we're looking like we've got... It is JB is just going to take it on the line from Ghost Bash from DM. Less than 0.4 of a second separating those. And my God, in the background, look at the state of this. Everybody flying down. Race is just going to get it. Badger followed by Stunt, followed by Slim, followed by Genobi, followed by JK. Unbelievable. I apologise, it wasn't followed by JK. Good God, those cars there were separated again by about 0.4 of a second. So, after 12 laps, all that separates the top 3 is 0.4 of a second, and all that separates the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 0.4 of a second. That was an incredible race. So, brilliant victory for JB. I must say he's looking on form this season. Possibly a tip for the title there. Ghost Bash, superb race considering our damage. And DM again showing good form, following up in 3rd. I've been Dave Higgins, thank you very much for watching. And I'm looking greatly forward to next Sunday's racing. So I'll see you all later.